tomorrow. Can't wait. So I got some more information about what I was listening to in that, and I was listening to this one guy called Wesley Hoff. Wesley Hoff is a very good historical Christian documenter, basically. It basically talks about that. He talks about all the lies and that, and where they originate from, and how people always seem to use them. Like the one guy I was listening to, how he's saying, like, oh, God's a false God, all that stuff and that, and it's called the Gnostics. Gnostics or polytheistic people. Basically Roman. Greek polytheistic. They don't believe in one God, they believe in that there's multiple divine beings. So, right there just cancels out a lot of stuff, because that's just fucking stupid. I know some people are like, they might think, oh, why would people think that? Because they believe in a bunch of stuff and that, and they see things from a way far different perspective, and they try to like analyze things probably too much.
I'd kill for a
and they look at all these texts and that, they're like, well, this text said this text said that. I said, a lot of texts say a lot of things, guys. The thing is, with texts, there has to be a lot of proof with them. There has to be a lot of evidential proof with it. Like, there's more evidence that, Jesus existed than anything else of the divineness of what people think that is divine. Like, everyone talks about Jesus. All religious-based people always talk about Christ. If Christ is talked about throughout all these other religions, then evidently he must exist. If he exists, he has to be the Son of God. Because that's the only recording from the disciples of him, is that he is the Son of God. And that's the main problem with a lot of people. Now, a lot of people don't want to believe that Jesus came down to forgive our sins. He came down to, like, and Gnostics think all this crap, and that's why I was thinking, like, dude, the guy's polytheistic. Polytheistic, most people know that polytheistic is a bullshit thing. It's like, oh, the God of water, God of this, God of that. It's all the same God. That's literally what it is. You're literally just separating them and putting names and putting different deity names to these. It's all the same God. There's not multiple fucking names. It's just one God, and you're thinking that it's been, like... Oops. And I look into it now, like, dude, these lot of people say some really stupid ass shit. Like, I'm trying to figure this stuff out on my own now. Like, dude, this is crazy. It's crazy how people believe in such stuff that doesn't make, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, this one guy, he makes YouTube channels. His name's like Morgan or whatever his name is. He looks like a satanic fucking person. That he's got satanic like vibe to him, that he believes in like stuff that's like fucking ridiculous, crazy shit. And like it's like really fucked up stuff and that, and he's like, oh, there's a gossip, there's a gossip, or not gossip, but freaking
Where is a bikini when you need one?
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of these gospels and that of all these different people that were banned by the church and stuff. Like the gospel of Sophia, which is supposed to be the god of wisdom, and that's what the polytheistic people think. It's a god of wisdom. And it's like Jesus talks about the God of wisdom, that Sophia, and that she's the one that created the, you know, the false god and that, and like, where did Jesus even come from then? Jesus came from the light, you know, and stuff like that. But then when you read the Bible and that, you read the Bible and that, the Bible talks about this shit a lot. The Bible talks about God being the only one out there. There's no other thing. There's no other deity. He's always been alone. He's always been by himself.
The trainer pod design is not terrible. Horzine did okay with this.
And then when people actually start to think about it, they're like, "Oh, where did God come from?" And like, we don't even know. Like, the thing is, it's hard to know. God, if God's always existed without time, if He's the one that created time and created the domain of time, that means He always existed. That's the biggest thing. Is people always want to go back to the origin, and all their origins always talking about there's someone else. Like the Gnostic people now, the polytheistic people, they believe in the one. It's like there's no name to Him. Well, God, there's no real name to God. They call Him Yahweh, but Yahweh is a breathing thing. It's the name of God. It's formulated from God, yeah. But people want to think that it's something else than that. Like what the Gnostics think, and that they think it's a, you know, Yabru Thay, where fucking some type of dragon or lion-looking creature, and that's a divine creature, and that, but he's a lion. He's a human body with a lion head. They think that, oh yeah, that he's that's God, and that God like accidentally made human beings. You want to make them divine and that, make them, you know, this and that, but He couldn't.
He's big, but I've beaten big.
Somebody's wearing their big boy pants today. Or big girl pants. I don't judge.
And then people talk about that stuff and that, and they try to make sense out of it, and they're like, what are you guys even talking about? Like, you guys just make up random ass shit. It doesn't make any sense. That's why no one wants to touch this crap, because you're not trying to make sense out of anything. You're just blurring out a bunch of crap because you think. I read the hidden text of John, and it's so satanic and stupid. They literally mock Moses and mock Noah. They mock the true people of God.
I'm a natural.
And like, I'm just sitting there like thinking to myself, and I'm like, why are these people mocking what God has spoke to? It's like, oh, we don't believe that's the real God, though. Like, where's your proof at? Well, these texts that, yeah, the very few texts that people have put in fucking to perspective and that. And that are fucking literally lying to you. They're making up their own shit by using the Bible's text. It's what people do. They use the Holy Word, God's Word, from the Bible, from Jesus. They put it into their own perspective, and they make a religious out of it. They say, my religion's better than your religion. But what if it's not the truth? There's no actual description of it. Like, there's a description of that Jesus actually came to the world. That's what connects the Father, Son, Holy Spirit method way more, because it actually happened. It actually happened. Like, people say, well, but this is not, like... Say as you want to say, but there's no proof that anything actually fucking happened. Where's the proof at? Like Muslims believe Muhammad was the fucking, like, the prophet, the chosen one, and that. But then when you actually read how he talks, and that, he talks in a weird way that's talking about Allah, and that Allah is not the only one, that Allah is not the most powerful deity, is not God. It talks about that, and people still believe in that. Like, where are you getting all this stuff from now? Like if someone told you the fucking truth, And that's what it is. Like, people don't want to tell the truth about stuff, and that's like, dude, like, this is fucking getting out of hand. Like, people just like, that's why Christianity is getting so big now, because the more truth's getting out. It's gonna win the battle, right? Because it's the honest truth.
The resupply pod is open.
You know, I say, who doesn't want to believe in something that's all about love and peace?
I'll account for
That's the
half
one thing a lot of people like think about God being wrathful and stuff, and that like. But then when they look at the context of why he did it, he didn't do it because they did it because of actual certain things. It's like, well, that's not true. Blah blah blah. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah say, oh, Sodom and Gomorrah was, they don't do anything wrong. They're just incessant with each other and fucking each other and all that shit.
The Zeds will be there soon to alleviate your suffering.
And then they start like talking about all this stuff and that. It's like, well, you're against the laws of what the Creator has given you.
This place would melt the snow
Why would you?
balls right off.
Why would we not judge you based upon that? That makes no sense. Like, would you judge someone that did something wrong? How can you tell what's wrong? How can you tell what's bad and good if you can't judge someone?
If you can.
So if someone calls me ugly, just to say, I have enough proof from talking to women and that. I get called, attractive all the time. So which one are you gonna believe? 100 girls in my life that said, yeah, he is attractive, or one dude's just saying some blobbity bloop shit and he's like, I don't think he is, and it's coming from a dude, and like, that's kind of how like it is with Jesus. That you get a whole bunch of people that talk about Jesus being alive, but then you'll get people that'll talk about that he was alive and that, but certain things happened to him. He didn't get crucified. Like, and then you're like, okay, well, where's the proof at it that he didn't get crucified? They have the cross. People start believing in Christ, in God, and Jesus more after he died. Because they saw the veil got cracked open. The church got split in fucking half. So many testimonies that the earth was shaking after he died and that. But the thing is, things really piss me off in that when people want to be sacrilegious and be blasphemy towards something that's just pure love.
Move it, idiot. Get some gear, ammo, all those things.
That's what the idea of like destroying yourself as it is. So the Gnostics think that our souls are not souls. We are all Christ. We are all divine at the matter. We have a spark of divinity in us. Where'd that come from? Well, they say, well, the one that created, he's just a ball of light. Okay, so you're talking about God, literally. And he's the one that created God. And I said, okay, well, where the fuck does that even come from? God description is the one and only, the Alpha, the Omega. It's been descripted.
This area remains mostly secure. Is Oz helping you somehow? Is this some sort of trick? You're not this good.
And people like believe that shit. Now I'm looking at like, you come up with all this nonsensical stuff, and there's no like actual pure actual evidence that defends it. But these Gnostics talk about Jesus being alive. So I know Jesus was alive, but Jesus wasn't in physical form. They said, well, divinity can't go in physical form, which basically knocks off God can't do what he wants to do. So you're basically saying God's not all powerful. They're basically saying that. It blows my fucking mind how retarded people are. Like, where? What the? I'm like, what the fuck are you guys even talking about? When you say no to someone that creates, and these fucking dumbass literally believe that they're more powerful than a creator when they don't create, manifest something, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. Manifest a fucking something. Manifest $1 million in your fucking pocket in that. You can't. Why? Because you're not divine, bro. You're not made with divine intention.
What have you done?
So you're wrong. You can't do it. So you just make up bullshit. They make up more and more lines to it. And like, you listen to these people and that, and they just lie right through their fucking damn teeth about this shit. Like, you guys are just lying through your teeth. You guys are not even making any fucking sense at all. And you talk to these guys and about, and that's like, where do you get your evidence from? Where's all this facts and shit?
Just a second, asshole!
This is the boardroom coup. The messenger is about to die.
And that's what makes it funny though. Cause like, they can't prove anything, and they always just say stuff that never makes any fucking sense.
Mr. Sniper
And then when you talk to them about it, they just sit there and make up more and more excuses about it.
Watch it, more Zeds!
Why we skipped it? Our favorite. If you squander all your money on their guns, the light
But yeah, and like, listen to one guy, he immediately comes on his channel, he says, I'm an ex-Christian. We're gonna make a new world out of the world that we already have, and that he's like literally satanic as fuck. He always wears a fucking goat satanic shirt. Dude, you're a Satanist, bro.
I'm a natural.
this world with weakness. Did I make you bleed? Now this is getting annoying. Replacing advanced weapon systems is resource intensive.
Thank you,
He
me.
literally throws out that he's satanic. He talks about Beelzebub and all that shit, and that all he fucking. Dude, the dudes are all satanic fucking people, bro. Like, you're fucking retarded. It's such a shame that people that think.
It's your funeral.
People always think it's like, I'm gonna go against God and that. Like, why?
Big Xander. Only you don't have the dosh.
I always say, like, why you want to go against God? Because we don't need to be controlling that. God doesn't control you. God lets you do whatever you want to do.
Wave
And if we don't think God's wrathful, then why doesn't God just blow you up then? That's why I always say to people.
Gotta make sure.
Really good. Bullet hose. The other one's better though, but reloads slower. This one reloads faster. It already holds 100. It does more damage than that big ass machine gun thing. The machine gun thing only holds like 120. Now if it holds like 200 and something, you're better off, but it doesn't. And this damage. The P90 does more damage too. P90 has more range too.
Last call for guns and bullets.
This gun doesn't need to do. This gun's for anything a lot of damage.
Wave 12.
But yeah, the more I think about this stuff and that, I think about Jesus and that, think about some of that. Jesus is right. You know, what Jesus did, and that was obviously the best thing for humanity, that he sacrificed himself for all humanity and gave us the power to become immortal, gave us the power of eternity. Basically preaching that we should be good, that we shouldn't be bad, that we should try to grasp love and happiness and enjoyment instead of hatred and lust and all this stuff and that.
I need this on the snip. Easy. Come on, let's go.
Oh, come on, motherfucker. Oh, fuck you. That's what Jesus preaches the most. Jesus talks about God being loving and caring and embracive. That faith is something that we should have with each other and with Him. All I know is I felt the Holy Ghost. I felt Jesus' Spirit. I felt it when I prayed. And every time I pray, like, things change me. Now, I don't always want to pray for things, like, wanting things. But I pray for good health. I pray for, you know,
I'm sweating like
emotional things. It brings me at peace. Like, not to, like, worry about anything, not to have anxiety, not to put myself in a peaceful way.
You weren't ready for this, but here it comes anyways.
Someone kill that siren! Yeah! Right on. Someone call it clean!
Damn it. And that's most of the wave.
Yeah, sirens are bitches. Yeah, and they jump you in this game. There's like fucking 6 of them. They'll drain your health by like at least half, if not more.
Never hurt anyone.
I remember when I was playing on the highest difficulty, they drained my health immediately. Like, soon as I got like 3 of them on me now, 4 of them, I both did their scream. I lose like 80%
This
of my
place would
health.
melt a snowman's balls
It
right
was
through.
ridiculous.
Pod design is not terrible. Horsey did okay with this.
But yeah, like there's all these people now, like the one guy, William Hoff, he talks about the Gnostics and the ones I was just like listening to in that. And like they don't believe Jesus actually could become flesh. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying God has limits.
Well, almost.
As soon as you say the Lord Father has limits, and they talk about the Father too.
Keep the Zets out of that.
They said Lord Father has limits of his own creation. That just proves that you're wrong, because that's the stupidest thing to say towards
Gotcha.
a being that literally has
Got a cloaker.
all the power to do whatever he wants to do, whatever the fuck he wants to do it.
That's it. There's plenty more Zets.
Now, while it's stuck. I need.
Look at the fuck off, bitch. Jeez.
I'm making the.
Fuck you guys.
Gotcha. Oh shit. You're not dead enough.
Damn.
Angry lumberjack folks.
This area remains mostly
There
secure.
you go.
Is Hans helping you somehow? Is this some sort of prank? You're not this good.
But yeah, when people start talking about all this biblical stuff
Where
and
is
that,
a bikini when you need one?
Jesus and everything centers around Jesus. It doesn't matter what they say about God himself, but they all stand around Jesus. Like the Gnostics I was talking about in that, they say Jesus is a light
I'll see
being.
if I can get your
So
fingers
basically, he lives in an eternal realm, like heaven. He's like, well, heaven's not an eternal realm. That's what the Gnostics think. It's like, but God created heaven and earth. Well, they believe that their God
Move it, idiot.
is the one,
It's
and the
okay.
one was a
Ammo.
thought
All those things that help
of
you
light.
not die.
Like he thought he would be. They said this is how he created. This is how he created a bunch of beings. He thought within himself because he wasn't any generator, so he thought with himself, and he created a female counterpart, which was the first divine being. I'm like, okay, well, why do you use the word divine when it's meant to be for one person? There's only one God. That means that there's demigods. That's what you're saying. That's what people say, and they don't know what that's the polytheistic and that. They always like Zeus is the father of all God.
15.
And there's a whole bunch of fathers. They always say the father, the father, the father. Okay, well, why do people believe that the Trinity is real then when all these other people talk about the Father all the time, the Son, the Mother, the Spirit? They all talk about it.
I'd kill for a breeze.
It makes you want to think.
It must be invisible.
It's like, where is this all coming from?
It's here somewhere.
And then, like, people just keep on talking about it, keep bringing it up in that. It's like, you guys keep talking about the Father, the Son, the Father, the Son, the Father, the Son.
There is nothing left but let me test my new nerve gas.
And then you find out that the Trinity is actually real, and Jesus is real, and that because you pray to him, your life changes.
the next phase, you scum. Holding your breath won't help.
And that's what makes it really funny, though.
Enough of this phase. Now you Schwein can face new attacks.
You listen to all these fucking dumbasses that say this stuff and that, they make no fucking sense at all.
Renata, die, Schwein.
Cut that out. These boss clones are supposed to kill you, not the other
And they
way
contradict the
around.
fuck out of each other when they talk about stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Like Roman and Greek and all that, they believed in the planets. They believed in planets were actually gods. They were named of gods. And actually they believe in, there's a lot of other people that believe that same stuff too.
Anyone need ammo?
You know, God did make the universe. God made all the plants and they made all the stuff and that, but he didn't make our world the same way.
You know holes in your armor are bad,
Why?
right?
I don't know.
Just seeing that makes
No
me
one
want to
knows why
eat shit.
God did anything, because it's, you read the gospel and that, and you find out.
And bullets.
Man, my legs hurt. This is a really good exercise. I actually did lighter weight, but really controlled reps, and my legs are fucking gone, like tired gone. Like they fucking hurt right now, and I'm so happy they hurt because I know they're gonna grow. Yeah, I only do like 40 pounds of leg press. Oh, I mean the quad press or quad extension. I mean, and let's break it down. Pounds, both legs, and I did a 40-pound thing with one leg, and 40 pounds with both legs. And once that muscle starts to grab the weight, holy cow, my shit was burning so bad. Like, it was hurting. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, dude, this is fucking ridiculous. I'm like, this is a lot of pain in a good way. And I only did like There it goes. Now it connects instantly when I... Okay. Yeah, my legs are fucking killing me. It's annoying. But yeah, I was doing light reps. I was doing like 100. I did 100, 115 pounds in that. I'm like, dude, this ain't going good. Like, I feel the strenuous on my muscle now, but I'm not feeling the burn. And finally, I said, no, fuck, I'm gonna try out lower weight. I tried out 40 pounds. I really put a lot of concentrated, like, I concentrated the energy. That the weight wasn't heavy for my legs to pick up, but the way I did it and controlled my muscle, it burned better. I did 6 reps. That's the highest rep I can actually go to. I couldn't do more than 6. It hurt so bad that I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, my legs were getting pumped up, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm like, and then it came down to mind that I started listening to all these bodybuilders that they said it's never the fucking weight that you do it. You find a weight that represents how much you can use, but the weight can be easy to use. But it's where you focus on how you use the weight is what determines how you break down the muscle group. So when I see people do all these heavy ass weights and that, and they're like, let's do all these heavy ass weights. I'm like, oh man, they're picking up dumbbells that they can barely fucking pick up. And they see my big ass. I do chest presses with like 20 or 25 pounds, but I do like 15 to 20 fucking reps. And I really focus on the concentration of the muscle breaking it down. And then they see a big chest pump, and I walk around with a big chest pump like all over the gym and that. And like all these people that are all like, well, how the fuck is he looking so big in that or whatever it is? I say, because you guys are not actually using the muscle. You guys are relying on weight that you can't actually use. Your muscles haven't grasped it yet because they're not big enough and strong enough to grasp the weight in full. So what happens is you find a weight and you do it, the weight of it, and you're all like, oh, okay. I could do like 100, probably 80 pound. That I would say probably my body weight and leg press, say 200 pounds, 225 pounds is only what I try to do. I can get a better exercise off 225 pounds than I can off of 400 pounds. 400 pounds it might be really strenuous, but the control of that weight differs. So like if I can't control the weight and my muscles are just like, get it off me. My body's like, dude, get this shit off you. You're fucking hurting. You're dying, like, slowly. Like, you're getting really, like, tired. And then I put a weight on there. Say if I put on, like, 180 pounds, and I can be able to sit there and control the weight, I'll get a bigger pump. My pump will get bigger. My legs will be like, okay, that's not too much pressure. I mean, I can do this a whole bunch of times of that. And then when you do enough, you focus on, you kind of concentrate on that, all of a sudden your muscles start to burn. And your body's like, okay, you have to stop because this shit's hurting. And like I can bear to do more. Barely do more. That's what happens with my biceps. Like my biceps, I don't have to work on my biceps that much because I know they can burn really fucking easily. Like when I lift weights and that, they catch on fire very easily. I can focus on them on that and they'll catch on fire. Same thing my triceps now. My triceps are actually starting to get bigger now because they're starting to like get to that point where I'm starting to actually feel the burn. Same thing my shoulders now. I'll do shoulder pull-ups. Or they call, delta ups, or what the fuck the ours is. I pull the weight up to my chest and that with my shoulders and that. I branch my shoulders out. And then I hold it. And all we do with wires. Because wires are a bit better than that. Because it's just like it's a pulley downwards. And instead of being the weights all over the place, it just pulls down. So I do the pulley system. And I do that. I get to 10 or 12. And then I try to hold it for 5 or 6 seconds. I try to hold it for a second when I'm going up. And then I go down slowly. And I go back up. And at the very end of my rep, or very end of my set, I sit there and I let it sit there for like 5 or 6 seconds. Take the burn. But I don't do such heavy weight that my body literally feels like it's going to die. That's what I talked about. Like, You can lift monsters heavy weight if you have the muscles to be able to do it. But if you don't have the muscles to be able to do it, then they're more or less like, if you're not used to doing it, then you're not gonna be able to do it at all, and then you're gonna be pointless. When I see people constantly go to the gym and that, and every time I come in, I'm getting bigger. That's because I don't work out that much anymore. I literally have cut it back. Like I didn't work out today. I cut it off. I said I'm not working out today. I'm just gonna drink a whole bunch of protein. That I got like literally, I think I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4, 5. I got 5 protein shakes in me, or 24 grams each. So say basically 25 grams. I'll put up 25 grams. I got 125 grams of protein in just from protein shakes. And I know I ate more than that. Because I know I probably ate a good amount of protein too. And it's ridiculous how much protein I ate. Well, this is what's gonna happen tonight, or later today and that when I fall asleep tonight. Because I'm gonna fall asleep pretty soon. I only know what time to do that. Wow, the caffeine. It's 4:20. Haha, it's 4 o'clock. Need to get my damn tablet under. Yeah, charge up my damn tablet. The tablet takes forever to charge, but I like using it in the morning time. I'm taking a shower and that. I put it on my YouTube and that, listen to shit. I'll charge up a little later. So. Oh, let's go check my schedule. Okay, so I'm off Friday, then I'm off Tuesday. I actually think that's kind of cool. So, oh, I like the schedule. So I work Wednesday, Thursday. I'm off Friday. I work Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. And then I'm off on Tuesday. I love being off in these ways because that means I can work 2 days and know that I'm gonna be off. And I say, okay, I gotta work 3 more days and I'll be off again. Like if I work 5 days in a row and I'm off 2 days, I don't like being off 2 days in a row. I'd rather have my off days in between work days. Because then to me, inside my mind, I can work 2 days and I can have a good rest. I'm like, okay, I can recover that. I'm not saying I can't recover that, but going right back into work fucking sucks ass. Yeah, I think I'm done drinking my pre-workout. Oh, that's making me like super hyperactive. I drink only one because I didn't have any. I think I had like one. This is my second one today. I think my body chemistry's starting to change because like I'm getting really fucking like high off caffeine, like head high, like you would as a child. They always say when you exercise that your blood slowly changes because you get more hormones, you get more, things in your body that just changes you. Yeah, no more of that shit. Woo! I'm really focused.
Keep the area secure. That means kill any Zeds that get near.
How's it going? That's kind of good. But yeah.
Cloaked enemy here. I can see. There, get it. Not a voltage nut, huh? Cover your ears, siren. Anyone got a mop and bucket?
Jeez, bro.
Easy.
Dude, the fuck?
Get in! Get in!
That's the biggest problem I don't like about this game. Man, fuck you guys. I hate when the characters come out of like nowhere, like they just spawn in next to you. I know they all walk in after you and they all like want to surround you. That's what KillingFloor is. That's why the third one's probably gonna be better because you're not gonna be.
That weapon?
You're gonna have more movability and shit, so you be able to like dodge. You have a dodge, I believe, and then you have the zip lines. You have the gripper things. You can like dash across stuff and that, and certain characters can do certain things in that.
Fast. Or as fast as you can. So, think slow.
Man, easy fire gun.
Not shutting down.
Yeah, you turn off the damn light. Dude, that's so weird. I never had caffeine actually do this to me. Not a long time. Like normally I can drink a whole bunch of that. My heart rate would never actually go up. And I mean, I drink caffeine all day. Like I drink Mountain Dew. I drink a little Mountain Dew diet and shit like that. I like to have a little bit of caffeine. I mean that, but
Any second now.
this is ridiculous.
If you can.
Another one? Oh, I'll put that date. But yeah, something happened to me today. I actually was starting to enjoy life a little bit more. Like things are starting to look different. I did pray for it though. I prayed for God. I prayed for Jesus, and I changed my eyes the way they were back then. Like I don't see the same way that I used to see. Like I was really excited about things that I did, and I think I devoted myself to not emotionalize as much because I didn't like being hurt. But like I didn't understand that it wasn't because I was emotionalized that hurted me. It's because I didn't understand what was going on. So I prayed for it like last week, and then I'm starting to see, like I'm entertained. Like me and my coworkers are talking about stuff more than that. We're laughing together more than that. We're actually starting to bond. And it's not to say I don't bond with people and that, but like
One of those moody flesh powers. Like,
and it's like I really like start to bond with people. And it was kind of weird though. I've never done it before. Yeah. And like it made me happy. Like I was enjoying it. Like
probably now they sand on the Barbie. Just gotta make sure. Just a second, asshole. Gotcha.
and like we were joking about stuff and that, and it says it's about time. And the one lady was at work, and she's like, "It's about time you started joking with us and that." And she's like, "I'm looking for a man's perspective about certain things and that." And she talked about like her boyfriend and that. And that's what her boyfriend does. I'm like, I know I don't compare me to your boyfriend because we might be similar, which we are to a certain extent. But I'm just like, he's got a little bit of work to do on himself before he becomes me, so to speak. But it was just trying to like look at it from different perspectives and that, like, oh, you're the men I like when men talk about the man's experience and
Righto.
stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, no, it's good to talk about this stuff. And that. I was like, yeah, I understand. They're talking about Cinnaballs. They're called Cinnabuns. They're like little like pastry treats that we have at our work and that. And like one of the girls brought up in that, and brought that, they said there was like two left or whatever, and I'm like, oh, be gentle with the balls and that. They're sensitive. And then the and the girl's like, I'm gonna be rough with them. I'm like, yeah, don't be rough with them. That's sad. Don't do that. Man, you start grabbing on guys. I mean, some guys like that shit, get their nuts smacked and that and stepped on that. Most guys don't. So like, don't do that shit. Jeez.
Can't take your drink, buddy? You switch, ass face.
Dude, Husk are fucking assholes. They're like the hardest people to. They deal basically the most damage. Besides like flesh pounds and strikes and everything, but because they have long range. They do so much damage. Especially when you're playing with them on the offensive mode.
It's your funeral. Leaving your armor
Like they literally kill everybody. Because you can shoot it super quick and that, and their damage is like, they took like 20 or 30 out of a character now, and they catch them on fire too. So you just keep on firing at them, they have to run away from you because you just keep on pelting them and shit, and they have to keep healing. Let's have a really good gun that, but like, they dissolve explosion and fire weapons, but normal like guns deal damage to them. But yeah, I'm getting tired of that. Oh god, I'm so fucking. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Anyway, you guys have a good night. That God bless. And no, keep on praying. Prayer does work in that. I promise you, it works. Anyway, you guys have a good night or morning, whatever it is. God bless.